1,000 years. Also, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 349 of the Maritime Paintball Podcast.
Another fantastic opening.
My name is...
We even got a live studio audience tonight, everybody. This is fucking great.
We do.
I'm interrupting, and I'm still your king of paintball, Thomas Castle. With me, as always, is the man, the myth, the legend, the beard, the bearded wonder, Mr. Bradley O'Dell.
I can even do like beard ASMR.
Ew.
I'm out. Fuck you. You're on your own. Fun fact, 2 years ago, something like that, you had people from Strike Ring on. God damn it, Chris. He's now consistently reminding him how awesome we were before I was here.
Chris Struck is like 100% the Maritime Paintball Podcast archivist.
Yep.
At this point. He's
in the archives. If you want to go back and find those episodes, you can, or you can ask Chris Struck. He probably has a copy of them.
Yeah, except you know what he doesn't have a copy of? The first 5. They're lost forever.
Lost media? There is lost media of the Maritime Paintball Podcast?
There is lost media of the Maritime Paintball Podcast. Also, I'm trying to figure out why I'm so yellow, so bear with me, folks.
In the meantime, I will tell you about what doesn't have a yellowing problem, and those are our fantastic sponsors. So first of all, to our favorite man, Mr. G-Man, BIGDADDYG at DEFCON Paintball. They are the greatest supplier of paintballs and supplies this side of Canada. I don't care what side you're on, the north, the south, the east, the west. BIGDADDYG is your man. And if you use that code, that's right, BIGDADDYG, you can get 10% off of almost anything. I can't say anything because, well, it's up to BIGDADDYG what he gives you a discount on because this is his house. So, next we have...
What he says goes.
What he says absolutely goes. Next, we have our home, our love, my home away from home, Moncton Paintball, who I am still cripplingly sad that I am not there right this minute playing some paintball because I don't care. I'd be out there right now. It's cold. It sucks. I'd still shoot. But it's the home of the fantastic Mag Hill, and you know what happens there. You go pew-pew, you have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally... there is the Rip Kings, the perfect purveyor of your marijuana needs and accessories. They will hook you up with a discount. What that discount is, I don't know. You just tell him that the King of Paintball sent you, and he will hook you up. You just let him know that I sent you. You want us to order stuff online? The man makes glass. The man presses rosin like a master. That's the guy to go see. And we were supposed to have ourselves a deadly sexy guest tonight, but it appears he's gone MIA, which is known to happen on occasion. He's a very busy man right now.
Yes, he does run a very large company. So
definitely not going to complain about it.
No,
this is
no.
the queen of the house has come in to claim some gear. No, you're fine. You can take that. It's all good. Stem.
So yes, as Tom was saying, we were supposed to have Ben Larson of previously of
First Strike,
United Tactical Systems, now
UTS.
Yeah, UTS, and now the Renatus owner of Renatus, the head of Renatus, which is now the owner of First Strike. Anyways, we were going to have Ben on to talk about this. Unfortunately, he vanished. Poof, gone. So
again, he's a busy man, and
yeah.
I'm sure duty calls. He has a family. He's got kids. It happens. So instead, Brad has reached deep into his soul and found a topic that, as far as I know, I don't know really anything about. So he's going to bust that out for us and tell a story. And tonight is going to be like story time with Brad. As always, I keep saying as always, we're going to fix that. Wish we could fix that in post. Why not both? Fun fact or promotional plug, Marky Mar. Which part? If it's Rip Kings, I can tell you there's a lot of fun facts. Yeah, I know.
Brian Fauché out there in the chat saying we got ghosted. You know what? That's okay, because we have backup topics.
And we're here. So what else do you need?
Exactly. So the topic for tonight is something we talked about, not myself and Tom, but the show itself talked about ages ago. A concept that came about in a very strange, in a conversation with a field owner, but the concept, the idea of a black diamond game. So those of you who don't know, or if you've never snowboarded or skied, or you don't know what black diamond courses are, then I don't know what to say to you. But the idea is that black diamond is usually a way of marking a trail,
Okay.
or a slope, or a run on a mountain or anywhere like that, to basically say this is difficult. This is at your own risk. This is not for amateurs. This is not for first timers.
Oh, okay.
This is for experienced individuals.
Remember, I'm a dumb shit. You got to explain things to me. What is that in the background, by the way?
That would be me. She's watching the show.
She wants to hear my voice, and I understand that. I have a sexy voice. Might I suggest a set of earbuds for the lovely lady?
My mic's picking up your phone.
Tee.
There we go.
One of our faithful listeners. Fuck off, bitch. Stop listening to our show. Like,
fucking hard eye rolled over here.
I could hear it.
Yeah, I thought that was marbles hitting the floor, man. I bet you right now she eye rolled so hard if she was sitting on the front steps she could count the chickens in the backyard. I know exactly. I'm right. The laugh told it all.
Yep.
So now we know what a black diamond game in. That's the black diamond like a trail. Okay, because I don't ski.
This is years ago. I was at a paintball field. I was actually at...
I'm gonna fucking watch TV in the room then. Assholes. Bye.
Bye.
Leave your phone open. We can use the view.
So I was at a field in Moncton, or technically in a place called Hillsborough. The field's name is the Atlantica Outdoor Recreational Center, or AOC.
Yeah, the Recreation Center. Yeah, where they're doing a winter game on the 29th, I think.
Yeah, in 10 days. We just call it Hillsborough. It really should just be called Hillsborough Paintball, because it's Hillsborough. Anyways, well, I was chatting with the field owner, and he was just like, hey, he's like, let me run something past you. I was like, okay. He goes, what do you think of a super hardcore game with almost no rules? And I was like, I'm a little confused. What do you mean? He's like, I want to do like a black diamond game where the only rules are no physical contact, keep your mask on, and don't shoot over 280 feet per second. I was like, okay, those are the basic rules of every field. He's like, yeah. He says, but like at most fields, you're not allowed to climb on the roof. You're not allowed to climb the tree. You're not allowed to dig a hole. You're not allowed to do this. You're not allowed to modify the field. He said the only rules will be mask, FPS, no physical contact. Done. Anything else you want to do, if you can think of it, go. And I'm thinking, I want to do it. That sounds cool.
That does sound really cool.
This field has...
There's potential out there for that kind of game. Hillsborough is a nice... It's basically, you go 5 minutes from the main road, it's a giant paintball field. It's the perfect woods ball field. Just wander into someone's backyard in Hillsborough, and you could get shot with a paintball gun or a real one.
Yeah, that's quite possible. The other thing about Hillsborough is the fact that it's the kind of field where it's... I mean this in the best way because it's the truth. Is that this field used to be a junkyard. It used to be a scrapyard.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's cool.
Well, the whole history of actually the facility is that the building used to be a gypsum mill. And then it got turned into something else, I forget. And then it got turned into like a junkyard. And now it's a paintball field / reclamation center. So he runs like a recycling company. Like
that's very Hillsborough. I like it.
And then a paintball on top.
Good on him.
Because he's got a bunch of land that he can't use. The land is just not usable for anything. Except because it used to be a junkyard, right? So go play paintball in it. So he's got trains. Like you can play in train cars.
Yeah.
So there's 4 or 5 of them. There's the compactors from the back of dump trucks there. There's
I'm
bridges. There's a massive concrete canal, like that. If you're not careful, you will fall in.
I'm fucking in, man. Like, I was already decided that unless it's like sleeting or some shit weather, I am totally going, even just to check it out. Like,
It's a really great field, like it is. I will say that like I've had some less than favorable experiences at the field, but not due to the field or the field owner, but due to the people who play there.
little tryhardies. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, it's
It's not my cup of tea, but nothing wrong with being a bit tryhardy.
right, and it is what it is, right? So yeah, so he was talking about doing this Black Diamond game, and I was like, that is super awesome. And I've talked to a couple of people about it, and it's kind of mixed reactions, right? Some people are like, "Fuck yeah, Black Diamond, that sounds awesome. Basically, give me no rules and let me kick the piss out of somebody with a paintball gun. Let's do it." Other people are like, "I don't trust anybody,
No.
so I'm not doing it." And I was like, "Okay, you make a good point." So yeah, I want let's
Okay.
Brian.
Oh, God. I didn't look for 10 seconds.
Love the comment. Love the comment. It's been years and it still makes me laugh.
Hi, Josh. Josh was at Ants Gear today. At Ants getting paintball. You know what?
There.
I don't know why we've just never told Josh Destrada to go and get what we want from Ants and then just ship it to us so that I don't have to buy. I can just bypass Josh.
You don't have to deal with the crazy bad shipping reputation of A&S Gear.
Apparently, a lot of people tell me that it is fantastic. I have just got real bad luck. So I am thinking that, yes.
Christopher Struck. I remember those episodes. Boys, we're not going down that memory lane. Not right now. Eli, coming in. Okay, 100% the problem with this idea is insurance and liability. And I hear you. 100%. Now, what I'm saying is, what if we just did it in an outlaw field?
Let's just all say hypothetically that we're doing this at an outlaw field.
Yeah, or it doesn't even have to be an outlaw field. What if it was a unsanctioned paintball game that the owner of the field was unaware of was happening?
Let's throw it out there. Let's just throw that in the realm of possibilities. Because I do know some fields that it would be totally doable. I know some fields that would be like...
Yeah, Gordon's got the right idea. All meet in the woods. Exactly. We're going to all meet in the woods. And we're in Canada, so we're going to meet on Crown land. So no individual is liable.
And no one has an advantage.
Exactly.
Well, wait. I'm sorry. We show up on
Irving
Crown
does.
land. No, Irving doesn't have an advantage over our Aboriginal people. They've got a natural advantage, and it's theirs. Because that land is theirs, and Irving's a bunch of bastards. By the way, this is the portion of our podcast where I say, fuck Joe Rogan. Go to hell, Irving. Who else do I like to tell to piss off every time we're on Spotify? Andrew Tate is a criminal.
Yeah.
And
Also, how does a man with a name almost just one letter off from taint become famous? Like, come on.
Oh, Epstein didn't kill himself. We all know it, and it's okay. Come forward and just tell us that you did it so I can buy you a drink and high-five you because he was going to get away with it anyways because the American justice system sucks. So does the Canadian. Yeah. Not throwing stones. Our justice system sucks. Whoo, boy. And let's not talk about our medical system. And don't forget to go and use our promo code BIGDADDYG at DEFCON Paintball for 10% off of almost everything. Yeah.
There, feel better now?
Yeah, please continue.
All right, cool, awesome. So Greg Bailey's in. He's like, yeah, let's do that. Let's do Black Diamond game. Let's do hardcore game. The other thing too is like this Black Diamond game doesn't need to be like Black Ops unsanctioned, plausible deniability kind of situation. This could also be applied in a less extreme fashion to hosting an event or a game where it's like, okay, so for example, the best way to explain it, because I'm terrible with words, even though I run a podcast, is, you know how when you go to D-Day, and D-Day at Ottawa at Commando Paintball or Commando Action Center, you go to D-Day, and it's a very welcoming environment, and it's anybody can go. And there's some people who it's their first time they've ever played paintball is on D-Day, and they kind of go both feet first, and they have a blast, right?
Yeah.
And it's very welcoming, and it's very accommodating because the field is in such a way that, you know, if you want to get into an intense firefight, you can. If you don't have to, that kind of thing, right? So what if the opposite of that? What if it was a game where it's just like either nut up or shut up? If you can't handle it, get out. And if we're too, quote unquote, like intense for you or too ag for you, then just be better. Right?
So what you're saying then is that you need a referee to stop a fight from breaking out, because I'm not physically aggro, but I'm going to chirp the shit out of you.
Yeah.
And fights are going to happen.
Refs,
like you're going to have like you need big boys like Matt Savaggio to be like, listen, motherfucker, someone big and imposing that could put because you're going to have a fight.
But yeah, and what I'm thinking is like your referee is the less there. Sorry, this is going to be a bad joke. I was going to say the ref is there.
Paintball with bouncers.
To basically do a combination of like keep track of points in the game, but to also you're going to need a referee who can score a boxing match as well. Like, you know what I mean? Like if the game gets too intense, like if somebody wants to have a fist fight, that's a little too far. Sit down, relax.
I mean, yeah, because we've discovered that you're not allowed physical contact in big game scenarios. Like I mean, Commando just put out the rules again for D-Day. They put it right in plain black and white, boys and girls. No fighting.
Yeah,
it was hilarious. That video still makes me laugh because that dude dove in there like fucking Superman. But it's probably a bad idea at a Black Diamond game. They're just going to kick the piss out of you.
Right, yeah. So, yeah, and that's why it's like, I want a game, I want an event where I'm not limited by, like, because how many times have either of us played a game where it's just like, there's an idea, you have an idea, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna make this happen, and you go, no, I can't, because there's an invisible line in the sand that I'm not allowed to cross, or no, we're not supposed to go up there. For example, the top of the Econo Lodge at Moncton Paintball, you can get up there.
Oh yeah, 100% total liability, and that's why they don't use it for the field. But in a scenario like that, yeah, absolutely. Hold the roof of the Econo Lodge, man. You're laughing.
Right.
You're laughing.
But it's
also going to be ugly.
Dynamic.
It's also going to be ugly when they get you out of there too. You're going to get lit up as you come out of there. All the way down, they're going to make you pay, especially if you're a dink up there. Mm-hmm. And I say I'm going to make you pay. Because if I have to go in there and get shot 24 times to get you out of that fucking room, I promise you, at 24 plus 1, that last time, you're going to pay for every shot you put into me.
Right.
So that's where my aggression, yeah, I could see that being fun. I've seen some really killer comments in the chat that at one point we're just going too fast. Because you guys are awesome and I love you because everybody's really into this one tonight. Play naked.
Douglas is saying, oh, sorry, yeah, playing naked. Nobody wanted to ref it. Yeah, nobody just, no.
No, why would you do that? That sounds...
Right?
Sounds awful. I love the idea. I love the commitment to it, but no.
Douglas, could a field host or rent the field to a group that signed a waiver or something stating that they agree to use this field at their own risk, et cetera, or would field insurance still freak out in the horrible and rare event someone is hurt? Fun fact, in the Canadian Court of Law, a waiver is usually a fancy piece of paper that does fuck all. Because you're signing a contract, an agreement, right? Mm-hmm. And this is how it was explained to me, because when I was in high school, I did an entrepreneurship course that I did a business plan for. Where I fucked up was the insurance side of things. I was like, okay, cool. We're going to get basic insurance and get a waiver form. And I was informed by somebody who literally their job is to help start businesses. They explained to me that a waiver form, when taken to court, the problem you run into is that a savvy lawyer will look at that and go, okay, did you understand 100% what you were signing? And you say, not entirely. And they go, okay, then this contract is null and void because you signed it under false pretenses.
I think, though, a lot of fields use really basic language on their waivers, and people who are walking in there
still gets flipped.
It still gets flipped.
But that's why you need insurance. The insurance is there because you need insurance. The waiver is basically due diligence of telling us somebody, an individual, saying, hey,
just so you know,
if you get hurt, do not try and sue us. But you could still try.
Oh, well,
you may still lose because it may be found that it's not the field's fault in any way, shape, or form.
That you were climbing a tree.
The waiver is not this golden ticket of I now own your paintball field because I signed this and I still got hurt, or it doesn't protect the field 100% either. It's this weird, like, they're there, but they're just kind of, I don't know, they're just kind of there, right? Yeah. So the waiver doesn't really hold up very well.
Kenny Stewart, I would fear the rage of the fellow player. Hi, I'm that rage-filled motherfucker, and I could see that, whereas I can calm down when I walk off the field because it's a game, I've seen dudes that can't do that. I've seen players that cannot do that, and I think that would ruin my buzz, that if someone was being an absolute taint, I would kind of lose my taste of the day. It would kind of aggravate me. And I would probably, and then, yeah, your choice at that point is, do you want to be a little whiny bitch and go home, or do you want to go back to the pits, smoke two, load your kit, and go hopper dump that son of a bitch? What do you want to do? I, as your king, will not leave looking like a whiny little twunt. I will go back, and I'll get lit up 22 times, and then high-five the dude, call him an asshole, because at the end of the day, he had a better position. He shot straighter than me. I wasn't thinking because I was mad. There's always a reason that it's not his fault. Now, if he's wiping, he deserves to be kicked in the teeth, but that's something that the referees, yada, 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 yada. And if he wipes, you know what? You just dump him again. That's it.
You know what? I've come toe to toe with my fair share of people who wipe, and I shot one dude. It was really funny. He was lying behind a log, and I shot him in the shoulder, and he kind of like scurried behind the log, and wasn't coming out. Except what he forgot was that his left foot and all of his ankle was completely exposed. Pant leg had risen up, and the sock had fallen down.
Yeah, if you wipe front to back. Thank you, Brian. We never had.
It was left to right.
Gordon nails it. We never had fights with my friends when we played Rebel Paintball. I can tell you that the NFT guys don't put up with that shit. They have their fun and they laugh it off because it's your friends. You know that you can pop an extra two in your boy because he's your friend. Because he should know better than to be pulling that shit. And if he's gonna do it, you're gonna giggle and shoot him again.
It's one of those things where it's like.
But with randos, you don't know that, and that can be trouble.
This is also so a lot of people are saying, well, like, somebody's rage is. I'm just not going to partake because I know somebody's going to rage. So make it a curated event. What if it's a curated event where maybe it's one of those things where you handpick the individuals that you know aren't going to lose their shit, right? So,
hope you took it, Chris. If you're playing paintball in flip flops, shoot him in the foot.
Turns out it was Dave. David is fucking flip flops.
I don't know what I'd just say I'm sorry because he's a very scary. But Dave wouldn't walk out in flip flops, and if he did and got shot in the foot, he'd be like, "God damn it, you shot me in the foot."
I'm pretty sure Dave plays paintball in flip flops.
That man, if he plays, I will play a game of paintball in flip flops if he's out there with us playing paintball. I will do it too because
I think Brian can confirm that. I think you can. I'm pretty because I've seen Dave operate heavy machinery in flip flops. I've seen him fix heavy machinery in flip flops.
You were unloading trucks at Commando on D-Day, and he was in flip flops. So I jumped in the truck, and he told me to get out. I'm like, "But you're in flip flops," and he's just like, "No, don't worry about it." And Dave went on being Dave, but it was like,
Yeah.
this dude's awesome.
Yeah, you never. Yeah, Kenny's saying you never know who shows up to events. So make it a private event. Make it a exclusive event.
Yeah. Actually, I know there's some cats in the Ontario region that are talking about coming up here.
I also know somebody who has 90 acres of land up north.
I do, but I know a field that if we booked it and we wanted to do this, and everybody that's invited, like that gang, we do a night where it's just that gang of us, I'm sure they'd let it slide because it would have to be a private game. Like, no, if you guys come in, you have to understand this is what we're doing. We make it a private game. Open toes, steel toes. You never know who shows up to events. Just friends would probably be a good time. Yeah, 100% friends would absolutely be fun. And you know what? You want to bring your boy. That's cool. We are grinding in GTA, but when we go to Sergeant Splatters, come down to the Jordans that they put over their shoes.
Oh,
hey man,
Greg.
Hey man.
So
if you're gonna go to a place like Sergeant Splatters, you'd be ready to fucking what you're gonna deal with, and I think that's with any field. That's kind of a given.
there's always that guy. There's always that one or two individuals at a paintball field doing something where you're just shaking your head at. What I want to know right now, and I want the comments to want those watching just drop it in the comments for me, is because the whole idea of the Black Diamond game or like these limited ruled game is because you felt limited in a scenario game or in a big game. And I'm just curious if anybody's ever had that happen where you're thinking like, okay, I could take that flag if I was only allowed to do one thing or another, and there was just something limiting you because of the rules or because the organizer or whatnot. And Greg, you've never heard of a Black Diamond game because it's never happened before, or if it has, nobody's fucking talking about it because that's not really set. It's like Fight Club, you don't talk about it. Except that's kind of the whole point. It was not to talk about it, and then they end up talking about it. So, anyways.
Here we go. Running full auto mag. You all want to run autos? Go for it.
Do it.
Open class. We play with speedballers against mag fetters, and guess what? Those fuckers, no matter what you say, this is just as fast as this with an electric trigger. So fuck it. Yeah, absolutely. That is irritating, Gordon, and I agree because I want everybody to throw it all out there. You can't get your ass slapped if you don't stick it out there.
There, right? And it's, situations where it's like, you've got 1,000 players on the field, but you're only letting 8 of them run first strike rounds, or 15 of them run first strike rounds. So you got a 1 to 100 ratio there, and it's just like, it's a bit much. Douglas, many times with the boundary line issues, or no full auto in some rare mag fit only games. Spray and play to flank would have worked. Get a few guys to the point, right? That's me. Like those, to me, those are simple things that should not interfere. Now, I'm talking big game, recreational game scenario. When we talk things like the Canadian MagFed competition, yes, there are stricter rules with the full auto and whatnot, but that's different.
I'm with Gordon. I have an electric A5 that's fully automatic and sounds like a goddamn howitzer.
Love it.
But I'm limited to where I can use it. And if you can sit there and you can put 10.2 balls down the range at me with a fucking speedball gun, with a space gun, why the fuck can't I do it with an A5 that sounds like a machine gun?
The mini, okay, so the full auto on the A5 I think caps out at like 8.5 or 9.5. It's not a lot.
No.
And my mini on semi only, uncapped, for if I push it, like if I've got my fingers limbered up, it pushes 17 balls a second. Like,
right? My EVO, my EVS, the EVO that I got from Goat. It's a mechanical trigger. I can throw that much paint down there just as easy. I can't throw an A5. Can't do it. It's just scary sounding when some crazy bastard walks around the corner. A 98 Custom Pro with full auto. I still want a Tipman effect. I have an E trigger. I've got a 98 Custom. I just need to get the money and the effort. I might call our boy Zach and see if he can help me build that, because I would love to have one.
probably could.
That's like when I was, again, I had said this before, like when Speedball was starting out and that's what they had. Like I can picture a Speedball 98, and that makes me happy.
Christopher Brittany loves it when Brad's fingers are limbered up.
Yes, that's why she's pregnant. Not because of his fingers, but it's because they were limbered up.
There we go.
Unless you've got some fucking real magic fingers, at which point you pew pew. Sorry.
The response trigger on the X7 Classic with an expansion chamber had shown 15 balls per second on chrono in the past. Good now, though. Would have used my EMEC and I would have got a shot on you. Brian, that's what finger condoms are for. So there's obviously people out there who've run into the limitations of the event that had particular rules like that didn't quite make sense and put a limitation on the event. Those are the limitations, that I would be looking to remove.
Oh, I wasn't allowed to use my box mag at PRZ.
Yeah.
I wasn't allowed. They said no. They said, well, we'd rather you didn't. Again, I respect the wishes of the event host, but I was kind of like, I really wanted to use that. Like that makes sense. It's a mag. Now that U-bend one that I showed you where I just plugged the hopper on it, that doesn't count. That's not a mag fed, but a proper like an MCS box mag. I don't count that. Even that cool one we saw that makes a box mag into my A5 and just puts the hopper on the bottom, but it's a box. Mm-hmm. It's still electrically fed. Why not?
So
I get it. It's supposed to be like they don't want hopperators, but that's a box mag. That's it, at the end of the day. That is, you're looking for accuracy in games like that. Yeah, they only allow 2 box mags per team at PRZ. Yeah.
Here's the thing, though. Devil's advocate.
Please. Because Brian's making the same point.
No. I'm arguing against Brian. I'm saying that you shouldn't have to worry about it being even.
No, please argue with Brian. I love these. That's what I come here for.
So, it depends on what event we'll be talking about, because PRZ is the field, Operation Honey Badger and A Fight for Asylum are the events that are the most well known that are handled at PRZ. So, for example, at Operation Honey Badger, they didn't let you using the box mag. They didn't want anybody using a box mag.
And that's their prerogative.
Well, that's not a lie. That's a lie. They let a couple people.
Yeah, two per side.
Yeah. So, but using a box mag is just it's you're not okay. Yes, there are parts of PRZ that could be locked down tight with a box mag, right? I get that. That's a thing. That's a situation. PRZ is also one of the fields that, like, there are so many fucking holes in the walls and ways around the buildings that, you know what I mean? And there's not enough box mag owners out there that it's going to make a huge difference. If you've got 300 people hitting the field, you got 150 per side, and you've got 10 box mags on one side, and you've got 10 and you got 3 on the other. Do you really think having 7 more box mags on all of PRZ is going to make a huge difference? You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't.
No, but hang on here though. He's got some good answers here. Operation Honey Badger only allowed 2, not PRZ. The enforcement of MagFed is that you only have 20. I have 20. Let's fight. Okay. I see.
But what about the pistol players? They only have 8 to 10. sometimes 13,
13.
if they can rig it right.
Yeah.
You know, it's the number of paintballs that you can hold is one thing, but you know, I don't know. There's I would say that I don't think the box mags would make a huge difference. They're eventually going to run out of air or paint.
Yeah.
And then
let's be real. I can dump maybe a box mag and a half before my air is going to run out. If I'm running one tank out.
Yeah. And then just bring in other ways to eliminate those individuals, to eliminate those players. Give us more options. Give us more stuffs to use. I don't know what you could do. And I mean, that's where event organizers kind of have their expertise, is finding ways to balance games and keep things flowing. But I feel like if you come across somebody with a box mag, you just have to be smarter than them. And if they want to sit and dig themselves into a tiny little spot and they, you know, want to try and lock something down, then
go around it.
Such is life. Go around it. I remember playing at Honey Badger, and there was a guy with a bolt-action SAR-12 had locked down the entire top floor of a building. Like, you know, it's not a matter of how much paint you got. It's a matter of how you're going to position and use it. I figure you got your the dude with the box mag. Okay, cool. Send a squad of 7 or 8 dudes around to see if they can get behind him, or get him from the side, or distract him, or something. Paintball has reached its limits of creativity with the exceptions of cool fields. Yes and no. I would love to see Honey Badger. Unfortunately, it's not up to Honey Badger. The Canadian government has decided that the explosive paint grenade that Enola Gay produces is not really allowed in Canada. They don't want it here because something about the explosive is too high speed. But like, somebody wants to dig in, like somebody with a box mag. Fucking the explosive paint grenades, boom, problem solved. Or encourage more people with the launchers. You know what I mean? And yeah, it's a little LARPy, but whatever. Fire a Nerf football at their location. You know what I mean? Like, you just make it happen. Find a way.
Like you said, eventually they're going to run out of air. Bypass it. You send enough guys, and someone's going to get through. Someone's going to score a lucky shot. It might take a few of yous, but this isn't real life, kids. This is pew pew. You're dead from your friends, right? Like, yeah.
Douglas is saying, I think the cost is like $300 to $400 each. Let alone if they agreed to no full auto, then why not? But just my 2 cents. Let them have full auto and watch how fast they dump their air. You know. Now we do run into the issues. You've got guys like George Unanistan who used to walk onto the field with 2 diadems, box mags, and a massive scuba tank on his back.
Now I appreciate that dedication. That's all right. Fair
that
enough.
Man would single-handedly hold down positions.
Yeah, but how much?
Eventually run out of paint.
Mm-hmm. And what was his mobility like?
Not great. Richard, Dr. Rush, if you ever come to the European game, get ear protection for the amount of pyro that's flying around. Absolutely. See, that's the thing. We don't have that here.
All hail Dr. Rush himself for being here tonight with us. The legend, the man, the myth. I would love to go to a European game. I've said Poland. I have been saying I want to go to Poland. I'd bring Marek, and they're pretty fucking...
I want to go to Poland. I want to play in Poland.
Finland. I'd play in the winter. Those guys are terrifying. Like, don't mess with them. They knows how to play their games.
I saw the best meme about the Finns, and it doesn't translate well to words, but it was one of those captchas where it's like, click the box where the thing is. You know what I mean? You know how it's like, click all the boxes with a bicycle. Anyways, it was just that. And it said, click the box where there's a Finnish sniper, and all of them were clicked. I was like, that's fucking funny. You know what I mean? Sent it to a buddy of mine, ex-military guy of mine.
Charlie's in the trees. Fucking trees are speaking
when you're having a nice
boys.
walk in the jungle, and suddenly the trees start speaking Vietnamese.
Yeah.
Christopher, I've only ever seen one Havoc launcher for sale. The Havoc launchers are a little hard to come by, but realistically, I'm no airsmith, and I really don't have a certification of any kind.
Airsmith?
Airsmith is somebody who works with high pressure air systems.
I didn't realize that is the most steampunk metal fucking title.
Yeah, that's what I don't know if it's a real term or not, but that's what I heard. That's what I heard. And so I was like, cool, I'm sticking with it.
That is
it's like a
so
blacksmith,
cool.
but airsmith, right?
That's so cool.
I don't think making a Havoc launcher would be terribly difficult. You would just simply have HPA with you know how much PSI is coming out. Load a chamber, release it with a trigger. It could be electronic. You could use a solenoid to do it, and you could fire Nerf things. Just like poof, done. Great Bailey, did you guys see the new electric gun from Vulcan? Yes, we did. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we're kind of getting hung up on the automatic thing though, and the box mag thing, which is kind of annoying. Like I get it. I know it's not annoying. I'm just box mags. I get why they don't want them. But at the same time, I'm gonna run out of air quicker than it's gonna matter. But I just maybe it's just because it's the way I play. In case you're wondering, I dropped my joint and I'm looking for it. Oh, there it is. Fortunately, these papers that I got from Rip Kings, they go out quick enough so that they don't burn my carpet. Thanks, Rip Kings.
Nice. It's like a safety paper.
We're getting extra promos tonight for people for their money. God damn it. Everybody just come to Moncton Paintball this summer. That's all I can say about it. You need to come there. Come and see me. Because I live in the Maritimes and we don't get out very often. But we're going to get out this year. I'm stoked to go to Hillsborough. I'm very excited.
I hope I can afford it.
I do
actually,
too.
I'm like 99% sure that I can. I just don't know if I'll have time.
You're self-employed.
Yes, but I also have to plan to look after the young feller. The intern. Sometimes the HR is out of the office. So.
Sometimes HR does step out, and you can't blame them. Listen, HR is a thankless position.
I'm just reading Josh Estrada's comment.
What's he up to? What's Josh up to now?
It's full of typos. My be one show in the future. What in your garbage show for 2023 just saying. I think what he means to say is maybe one show in the future. What's in your gear bag show for 2023? And yes, I was actually talking to Elise Shirkin Photography about that. She suggested the same thing. And I expanded on it and said, that's a fantastic idea. What if we also did a gear bag for Winter Ball, a gear bag for a walk-on day, a gear bag for a big game, and a gear bag for MegFit only?
Honestly, I will go right out into my gear area, and I would drag my gear in here and go through whatever the hell was in there the last time I played, because fuck only knows. Right now, my gear is just a pile of shit that I need to deal with, and I'm like,
Same.
Shame on me, shame.
Yeah, I gotta do that. I'm gonna find a day and I'm just gonna like sit in my parents' garage and just clean. If in the worst case, if you have the points and absolutely no shot at getting the camp or the airstrike, that shit. I hate airstrikes.
Damn it, Nightmare streaming gaming instead of watching you. Yeah, well, he was here earlier. Nightmare's got a bigger fan base. The kids that are going to watch Nightmare game are not the people that are going to sit here and listen to me talk about Black Diamond games and yell about how much I hate Joe Rogan. It's a very different audience, and that's okay. We respect.
Very different. Also, apparently, he is there.
Oh, I figured he was still hanging around.
Nah, he's probably got it running on one monitor. He's got like 17 monitors. So he's probably got like us running on one. He's playing a game on another. He's got his streaming set up. Actually, no, I think he's got two computers. Anyway,
he's got the phone kind of like we're on the phone, and he's just kind of got that leaned up against the
there could be that. Yeah. You know, the OG iPod, like iPod Touch or something. Just. He's relisting a ton of my old gaming streams. That sounds boring. But that's also the main difference why he's a successful streamer and YouTuber, and I am not.
And you spend Thursday nights with a pothead. So yeah. 3 monitors, 2 PCs, a mobile phone, and not enough time to go play paintball.
See?
Not enough time. Just don't have time.
Double-edged sword.
Right?
So,
man.
But we're going to go play on the 29th. That's what's going to happen. The downside, I'm probably going to have to run the Black Max because I don't have a marker that's going to deal with the cold. And I imagine the Black Max will just shoot whatever I tell it to.
We have an A5, the Shocker. The Mech Shocker will handle winter really well as long as there's nothing electronic. We know that the T15 ain't going to shoot well.
No.
TMC?
Might. It's Tipman. They'll shoot pretty much anything.
I suspect if we pulled out any Tipmans we have, they will shoot.
That is true. Shame I don't have any Tipmans except for the monster that's in my storage unit. So.
The monster.
The monster, the 98 custom that's been hacked all to pieces. And doesn't really do anything anymore. So. I'm not entirely sure I can even clean it. So. But yeah, we're going to play on Sunday. It's going to be a good time. Not this Sunday, but next Sunday. Is it next Sunday? It is next Sunday.
Yeah, it's next Sunday.
So that's perfect because I have brunch this coming Sunday, and then I'm going to go paintball the Sunday after.
My in-laws are in town this weekend, so I can go play paintball next weekend.
Dope. That's wicked.
Perfect. Excellent. I'm happy. Things are all coming up Millhouse over here.
Yeah. Douglas, I meant like event airstrikes. Ref comes, clears guys out last year. I still hate airstrikes. I'm just, no.
Yeah. What was that? Was that PRZ when somebody heard airstrike call and everyone fell back and the rest were like, we were just talking about it. Someone was listening to the refs.
Yes. That's why I'm not a big fan of them. Now, D-Day does run it a little differently where D-Day will basically reserve yellow smokes for the refs and then we'll pop yellow smoke. Mm-hmm. And when yellow smoke is popped, everyone has to back off. But that's done in the manner of keeping the game flowing. I just feel like airstrikes are too much coordination. There's like, how do you tell where to put it? If people see the ref walking towards them, they're just going to run the other way. Like, it's kind of just a waste. I would much rather just coordinate like 7 or 8 guys to shoot all in one direction and make shit go away. Like, that is just kind of the way I want to run things.
I love the idea of people running away from the ref, though, when he's walking out on the field.
Oh my God, it's so true, and it sucked so much. I think Brian was there for that one. That was in PEI. That was when we played at a old Air Force base, which was kind of neat.
Neat.
D-Day needs to stop doing the side-to-side spawn and do the traditional top and bottom. Yes, we were actually talking about that, Tom. Remember we were talking, it was supposed to be, it should be a slog. It should be a turkey shoot for the axis on the top, and it should be an absolute grind for the allies at the bottom.
Yeah, because once you get that hill, it's party hard, but you gotta earn it. You can't just run as fast as you can up a gentle slope. Needs to be exactly. It needs to be like, you know who would do that fucking hill real good is fucking SNL. Oof. You want to get to the top of that hill and we're shooting down on you. Oh, don't forget they announced Cancer for Kids.
SNL, yeah, they announced everything.
Yeah,
I don't know if I'm going to be able to afford to go to
no,
to
that's going to be real close to time. So post pop time. So
yeah, I'm lucky enough that she's letting me take a weekend in June.
And July.
There's nothing like snapping heads with FSR at the top of the hill. Poor guys climbing the ladders. But that's it, right? That's kind of that's how it goes. But as much as it is a slog, the Allies always broke the line. They always pushed through. It took time, but they pushed through.
That's the point, yeah. Eventually, the guys at the top of the hill are going to run out of air. They're going to run out of paint. They're going to have to fall back.
Exactly. Right? It's just going to have to happen. So,
I still can't wait.
Oh, it's going to be a good time. I'm pumped.
Man, I don't give a shit what happens next weekend. I'm going to have fun. Even if I play like 4 fucking games, I'll sit there, I'll buy a bag of paint, and I'll just buy a bag of paint at a time.
My plan is to buy a bag of paint and maybe 2. And if the refs aren't moving games fast enough, I'm going to start moving games. Like...
Yep. Moving this along, boys. Yep. Hey, it's an open class event. If the mag guys want to take a half an hour to reload their guns, cool. Hopper Raiders, let's go.
Dr. Rush, I want to yell at people in German, but I've already booked another event that weekend.
Aww.
That's a shame. And Brian's right. It's a game of attrition. The guys at the top have to go all the way to the back, but the allies spawn near the bottom of the hill. That's right. That's just it. So they need to bring that back. And maybe we'll talk to Dave and Marie and the guy planning the event and everything like that. I mean, we're already going to book Dave and Marie to chat. They're coming on the show at some point. Probably closer to like April or May.
That's just a no-brainer. They're going to come and give us a little bit of time, I hope.
Oh, yeah.
So I can thank her. And then I'm going to be like, please don't eliminate that rule. Please keep that 50 line fucking, that forward momentum rule.
Oh, that was great. At the end of the last match.
I know it's contentious. I know some people don't like it, but if we're talking hardcore...
It's the end of the day. You can't use D-Day paint anywhere else. Just fucking let it happen, shoot the shit out of me, and let me win the game.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, okay. I think, folks, we're going to bring her to an end. But I'd love to know what everyone thinks of their Black Diamond game. If you could run any game with no rules, what would you do? Not what kind of event would you run. I want to know what you would do if you had no rules to hold you back. How would you play differently? How would you run a field or run through the field differently? That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because I know there's been times where like,
if only we could have done this.
Yeah. How many times have we could have sent one of the little guys under the trains? You know what I mean? Or fucking boosted them up on top of the train.
Yep.
You know, that kind of thing.
Plenty of times I would have boosted Cole up on top of a train. He's not that heavy.
Sure.
Get up there, bud. Lay some fire, and he just popped heads all day until somebody fucking figured out a way to get him out of there.
Absolutely.
The way he sits in a bus. I want to hear your guys' stories about this as much as Brad does.
Yeah. And I just, Greg, no. That's what he says. Just no.
I know what he means, no.
I don't know what he means.
No, but this time you'll be on my team, Greg, and I'll be charging at them, not you.
Oh.
I'm thinking maybe that's what he means.
Maybe. Yeah. That was great. I want to do that again.
I love that rule so much.
Oh, it was so good. And Greg does. Oh no, let's go another hour. That's what she said.
Oh, Greg, I love you, buddy, but
Greg doesn't want the show to end.
I know, buddy, but I hope you're feeling better. You can send me a message. You beautiful beast. He had to get a little tune up. So I hope that my boy the Rhino is feeling good. There's some good vibes here. We're sending some love.
Well, Greg, buddy, Greg.
Good evening, Alfred.
1 second.
You, babe.
Hey, Alfred.
I don't know who Alfred is, but you seem so happy to hear from him that I'm sad that we're at the end of the night.
Yeah. 1 second. Sorry. Here. Greg, buddy. If you want more of us, then join the Discord. I just dropped the link in the chat or in the comments.
Are you going to go hang out in the Discord for a bit?
Well, you never know. I might play some video games. I might not. Who knows?
I'll pop in after. I've got to go grab a bite to eat because I just got off work right before the show.
I have class at 8 a.m., so I probably will be up.
But I probably will pop in a little bit. But I want to thank everybody for being here tonight, spending an hour with us. We had a great topic out of nowhere. We had a fantastic audience. We really appreciate you guys because you make my night. On top of Brad, I get to talk to so many sexy people across the world. Dr. Rush honoring me with his presence once again because he's only been here once or
Dr.
twice.
Rush just joined the Discord.
Oh, we have a doctor. That's what we needed.
Right?
So, ladies and gentlemen, on that bombshell, thank you. Like, share, subscribe. Send this to all of your friends and tell them about us. Tell them that we'll come. We're going to be at D-Day. We want to see you guys there. I'm going to be at PRZ. I want to see you guys there. I want to see you in the Maritimes if you're weird enough to want to travel here. It's really nice in the summer.
We'll take care of you. We really will. It's what we're known for.
And if we can't do that, I'll see you in the Discord. Because that's where we want you all to be. If you can't have us here, we can have you there.
Absolutely. So come hang out in the Discord, chat with us, shoot us private messages, DM us, whatever.
Oh,
we chat with you.
Also, thank you, Brian. Don't forget to use that promo code BigDaddyG for 10% off at DEF CON Paintball for almost anything except for whatever Big Daddy G tells you no. You can also use promo code Nightmare PB, something like that. You can use his
for
promo
1 month free off Grindr.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, I think so.
Cool.
Yeah.
Going to signed up for Grindr.
Or Blue Chew, one of the two.
Hey, fuck off. I'd use Blue Chew at my age. Nothing wrong with that, boys. You got to get a little extra performance. Ka-ching, you can get yourself some Blue Chew. If you want to get products that'll help you talk and say the shit that I say and just generally not care about the consequences, you go see the Rip Kings. Promo code The Fucking King sent me. And Moncton Paintball. We love you, boys. I can't wait to see you soon.
Can't wait to get up there. Marky Mark is signing up now for something. I think he needs
Yes.
Discord. Get in there. Get in the Discord, folks. Like
Brian,
I said, me and Tom will see you in there.
And Brian, you don't have to pay for us promoting your shit. I do it because I love you. Because good work deserves to be recognized.
Absolutely. And we know that you need the help. So, just kidding.
Fuck. Oh, fuck. Perfect. Mwah.
On that bombshell, folks, we're out of here. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. It's been an absolute blast. And until next week, cheers.